Just wanted to do a quick video about the Commitment of Traders report. This is a kind of a ritual that I go through at the close of trade every Friday. Go to the homepage of Emini-Watch.com and I scroll down to find this particular article here on Commitment of Traders. Click on that. That takes me to kind of a feature article on the Commitment of Traders, and halfway down this particular article there's a link to the CFTC website where you can get the Commitment of Traders report in Excel format. So click on that link and that takes me to the CFTC website. Scroll down towards the bottom of this page and you'll find a listing of all the historic Commitment of Traders data in Excel format. So I'm going to click on this, the latest report, and it's a zip file which I just opened, and it brings me to a spreadsheet called annual.xls. So just double click on that and that opens up that file in Excel. So this gives me a listing by week for each futures market, the open interest by professionals and non-professionals, and they're called the commercials and non-commercials. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete some of these columns that I don't need, and that's all the data that I actually need. So you can see here we've got the futures market, we've got the report date, we've got the total open interest, and then the commercial positions long and commercial positions short. Now I need to get the latest week's data, so what I do here is just select all of that data and go data sort, and I sort that by report date in descending order, hit OK, and that gives me the latest data, which is in this case the 3rd of June. I'm just going to go down to where that data changes to the week prior, which is 27th of May, and I'm going to delete all of those rows below that. Now the index data that I'm interested in starts halfway down here, just after the VIX futures. We get the Dow Jones data there. We've got the mini Dow Jones underneath that. Delete the euro dollars. I've got the S&P and the E-mini S&P, NASDAQ, mini NASDAQ. Delete the Aussie dollar, the Russell and the mini Russell I need. The Nikkei, delete that, 2 lines there. These lines, I need the S&P 400, and then the rest I can delete as well. So there we go. That gives me each of these reports, the commercial positions long and short, and total open interest. Now I'm going to open a spreadsheet that I use to do the analysis, which is included on the website, and it's called COT All Indices. Just open that up and there you can see it. Now what I'm going to do is transfer the data from the raw data spreadsheet into this analysis spreadsheet. So the first thing I do is I just copy the date across. Just do that and center that data. Then I just copy the open interest, the commercials long and short data across to this spreadsheet. Just do some formatting. So you can see across the top here we've got the Dow, mini Dow, S&P, E-mini, NASDAQ, and so on. This is open interest, long and short, and so on listed across here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this data across to its respective column, and as I'm doing that I'm checking that the data is the right order of magnitude. Now obviously the open interest number of contracts will increase gradually towards the end of each quarter, but then they'll kind of fall off at the end of each quarter. So I'm just going to move this data across here. Now you'll notice that the next column here is the S&P 400, and there's kind of missing data here. Now for some reason the data is not being reported or it's not being traded. I'm not sure what's going on there, but occasionally we get some data points and I kind of include those, but I don't worry that there's kind of missing data points otherwise. So that's all the raw data, and then what I do is I just copy these formulas in the following columns down to the next row. What that gives me is, for this date, so this is 3rd of June 2008, for all the index contracts, it gives me a percentage long or short that the commercials are. So in this case we've got the commercials, all the commercials being 6.57% positive, so that's long. We've got the position for the S&P large contract, SP, which is 2.74. Commitment of traders for the mini E-mini contract, which is ES, 2.32. The large commitment of traders, so this is all of the large contracts, so the SP contract, the NASDAQ large contract and so on, 2.2, and all of the mini contracts, so it's the E-mini, the mini NASDAQ and so on, at 10.64. And then I also happen to calculate the difference between the large contracts and the small contracts. This is just a calculation that happens there. So what it tells me is that from the week prior, we increased, or the professionals increased their long positions. They went from 2.48% long to 2.74% long. The same thing happened on the E-mini, 1.98 to 2.32. Again, the large contracts as well, and the mini contracts as well. And we, in the prior weeks, we had the large contracts gradually decreasing their difference between long and shorts and the mini contracts. That's negative 0.69, but this week they dropped down to negative 0.84. I'll show you this in TradeStation, how they use that particular data. But anyway, so the calculations happen here, and then the next columns, 3 or 4 of them, are just some formulas that translate those figures into easy language code that we can just import into TradeStation, and I'll show you how I copy those across into TradeStation now.